Hello everyone, my name is Ramsha Malik and I teach English at USCECS Islamabad. At USCECS, we provide comprehensive English language learning opportunities to individuals who are coming from all walks of life. I am honored to be asking questions about PTE from Mr. Sadiq Akbar, who is our esteemed campus head. Hello sir, how are you?
I'm perfectly all right. How about you?
I'm great. Sir, my first question is, what is PTE and why do you prefer PTE or IELTS?
Thank you, madam. Actually, PTE stands for Pearson Test of English, which is equivalent of IELTS, and it's a computer-based test. So, in my opinion, it's a lot easier and user-friendly. So that is why I prefer that those students who have struggle a lot in terms of asking PTE. So it's a lot better for them that they should attempt PTE where they could get the required bands and can get, their target in order to either enhance their career opportunity or study abroad. So I do think that PTE has leverage that it's easier, and also, I would say that the result gets, we can get the result in a very short span of time.
So as you have already mentioned that PTE is easier, I would want you to get more insight into it. Why do you think it might be easier?
I would say that in terms of its easiness, it's a computer-based test and AI actually assesses. So when it comes to IELTS, so in IELTS, basically, students, they do have to, there are certain patterns that you have to follow. If in terms of speaking, so there are 3 modules, speaking part 1, 2, and 3. So students, they are hesitant in terms of appearing in front of examiners. Whereas, when appearing in a PTE test, they are attempting speaking module especially. So they speak to computer, and the module or its segments are a lot easier than IELTS speaking. Similarly, when it comes to other modules, so I feel that, when it comes to its particular easiness or the way how to attempt it, and it requires, I would say, that less information, and whereas IELTS is concerned, so one has to be very proficient enough in order to get that required bands in order to either I would say that get 6 or 6.5 or even 7 bands. So I would say that PTE is a lot better in terms of attempting it.
Could you explain to the audience how it is a computer-based test?
There are the 2 versions in IELTS as well, which is paper-based and computer-based. One is computer-based as well. But PTE is completely computer-based, and as I told you earlier, that it is actually assessed by AI. So I would say that AI, whatever the portion it's correct, so AI marks or gives you the marks for that. So that is why I would say that it is computer-based, and it's user-friendly, and we can get the result faster in 4 to 5 days.
So as you have mentioned it already, why a faster test result is important?
As you know that students, they're when they apply for a study abroad, and either they're enhancing their career opportunity abroad, so they do need the result faster. As in IELTS, especially in paper-based test, candidates, they wait for 13 to 14, 2 weeks, I would say, for getting the result. Whereas PT is concerned, so one can get the result in within 4 to 5 days. So I would say that you don't have to wait a lot for the result. You can get it faster, which is, I think, is a lot beneficial for the candidates to process their admissions, as well as any other immigration, or maybe enhancing their career opportunity abroad in a very short span of time.
Okay. Do you think having English background is necessary for PTE?
Well, I would say that accuracy and proficiency for both PTE and IELTS are extremely important. But whereas when it comes to PTE, so in this particular test, I would say that there isn't that much proficiency required as it requires in IELTS. So that is where, like, there are certain patterns in IELTS you do have to follow. Other than that, like, I would say that there are some general questions in PTE, or one can even like guess, some of the answers. So while guessing, they can get the scores. Whereas when it comes to IELTS, so of course you do have to consider things, and you have to think over it as well. And I would say like it needs a kind of more English background, whereas in our PT, so it needs a little bit, I would say, that English background. I would say like kind of, if you have knowledge of parts of speech or tenses, collocation, and the context of a word, so I would say then PT is a lot better, and you can get, or a candidate even can get a higher score than IELTS in this particular test.
Could you explain what low-paid mock test mean?
Well, the when it comes to mock tests, so in PTE, one can get even the mock test about like, at I guess like, very after 2,000 one can get a subscription for mock test, and they can, like, there are unlimited tests for mock. Mock tests, unlimited mock tests are there, and one can get the score as AI assesses that. So similarly, AI assesses your mock test and your real test as well. So from that, one can get a kind of idea that how much he or she can score in PTE. So I would say that there are low tests, mock tests available that one can get, and that would be like before attempting the real test, they can get this particular mock test and can come to know about the idea that how much one can score.
What advantages do you see in PTE or IELTS?
Well, I would say that both are English proficiency tests, but as it is assessed by AI, so I would say it has got the leverage that it's a lot easier than IELTS. Other than that, one can get the result faster. And last but very important, that is that one can get low pad tests and can get to know about that how much one can score in the real test. So I would say these are the three major advantages one can have while attempting PTE rather than IELTS.
Finally, I would appreciate information about how prospective students could contact USCECS and get insights into how this institute assists them into getting desired bands.
Definitely we do have a help desk, and other than that, whenever there is any inquiry about IELTS or PTE, so one of our team members divert the call towards me, and I personally provide information about PTE and IELTS, and I do have the insight into how like student can get the particular desired bands or marks in PTE, and how many bands they require for studies or for any immigration or job purposes. So I do provide them information myself, and they visit me. I counsel them, and after counseling, they go for either PTE or IELTS. So this is what I do myself, that I provide the whole information here at USCECS, both online and physically.
Thank you so much for your valuable time and insights.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you.
So this was a discussion about PTE, and we will surely bring another topic for the coming episode of Spoken Stage. Stay tuned.